Hello, hello, hello.
Hey girl,
Hey there, lady.
girl, I'm over here trying to last minute get it together. I'm all curled up in Brie little cubicle that she got going on here.
The school life, right?
Yes, get the black tablet. You got to sit by it. I forgot that fast I was on live. What?
That's the joys of life.
Oh, in the chair. Sit in the chair. See how much juice in there. Woo, I ain't. So I know I was definitely doing some thinking. I guess let me send this out to a couple of people.
Okay. I will love the songs.
My computer running so slow. I'm like, we finally gonna have no music. Absolutely
That's okay.
nothing.
That's okay. Say that's
Girl,
okay.
look, you all dressed up. Man,
Girl,
I promise you,
I
when I
just
be
don't,
looking,
I just
go
throw
ahead.
on a shirt and I just throw on the first shirt I saw in my closet that I can button up really quick.
And I promise you, I be feeling like, man, maybe I shouldn't have got upgraded to the phone I upgraded to. Maybe I should have just went to the iPhone team. Hey, Joy. Hey, Angie. That's why I be thinking sometimes, like, maybe I should just join the iPhone people.
I understand, Joy. I just put mine to bed too.
That's why we like, man, we gotta. That's why we switched the time. We gotta try to figure it
Adjust,
out since school back in session now, and definitely
adjust
since
the
it's a
schedules of
remote
life.
learning.
Yes,
Cause
ma'am.
mine's still up. I'm definitely gonna have to figure this out. I
Say
guess I'll wait. Hmm.
adjusting the schedule as needed. So if you're rolling with us, you got to roll with the punches of the schedule changes may change due to the life of remote learning and parenthood. That's the way it
Yeah,
goes. Hello, hello,
a
hello.
real
Thank you
deal.
all for joining us this evening.
Man, I definitely was thinking like, okay, we're gonna be talking about transformations tonight, physically, mentally, and I definitely want to see like what are some things that we're willing to sacrifice, but we can get into that later. Was it 9:05? A couple more minutes, and then I guess we can get started.
Okie dokie.
Girl, let me see what this Beyonce mix is. If it play, cause yeah, I said just have to bite the bullet and invest in a new computer, cause it completely just disappeared. I don't know where it went to.
That's okay. Oops, that's okay. That ain't supposed to go in.
Ah, okay. Well, I guess we can get started because the truth of the matter is we still got kids. We still gotta get prepared for tomorrow, and we still got to get ourselves together mentally to be prepared for tomorrow.
Say it again now.
Okay, so definitely we're going to talk about transformation, physical and mental. So we just completed a 30-33 challenge, a 30-day challenge of exercising, which I completely surprised myself because never in a million years would I have thought that I would have been consistent for a 30 straight days of exercising. Most days, 30 minutes to an hour. Most days, an hour. It wasn't even 30 minutes. And growing my mind and, having accountability partners, which made it better because those tough days where I just wanted to be like, you know what, I don't feel like this today. I want to take a day off. The first thing I thought about was, okay, you got a team. How you gonna let your team down? You can't be selfish. This is not just about you. So you definitely want to push harder. And then you got goals to get to. So at first the challenge for me started off like, oh, it's a pot involved. Then after a week or two, it was just like, no, this is for me. This is really helping me. I'm starting to kind of like the vibe of this. So to me, anybody doing any kind of transformation is necessary. I don't care if it's physical or mental. I think we all need to take some time and do a transformation or think about transforming in some type of way. So what did the challenge do for you? What your transformation was amazing. Let's start with that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your
Thank you, ma'am.
transformation was absolutely amazing. If you guys didn't see it, go to her page, go to my page. Her transformation, her 30-day transformation was everything. So yeah, okay, go ahead. I
First,
had to
first of
gloat on
all,
you for a
first,
minute.
first of all, she can't forget herself. Her transformation was amazing too, but she wanted to put that in the back burner. But I feel like overall, it opened the door to see confidence that was I would say that was hidden over time from just the cares of life. I feel like being a wife, a mom, everything else we are the people that we sometimes lose ourselves. So I feel like the 30-33 helped me find myself again, and it was and yes, I love the transformation for the physical body, but the inside, the confidence level and the inner peace of learning to love yourself really is what I learned in the time, because on those walks of working out and walking every day, it was something positive. I wasn't just walking and just feeding myself crap, but I was also giving myself time to build my own self up to be able to do it. Because again, the transformation starts in our mind. So if we don't believe that we can do something, we won't do it. Like, who would have thought one day it was hot, I walked for 2 hours outside, just walking,
Oh,
listening to music. But it was amazing because, again, we have to follow through with what our body needs. Sometimes we need to be alone with no distractions and just music and just nature to really appreciate life. And sometimes we don't do that because we're so busy looking at everything else in life and looking at everything else that's going on that we lose ourselves. So as you stated, transformation is really serious. And it's not just a physical transformation, but just time to transform into who you're supposed to be or who you've lost, or finding yourself or finding your peace, because we get so busy in life with all these cares that we forget about self. And if we don't take care of self, we say this all the time, we can't do
and
nothing.
and you know what? And it really helped me because when I say I'm tanned, I am so tanned. And like me, I didn't know I had an issue with color, not towards other people, but just for myself.
Hmm.
I didn't want to get any darker than what I was prior to this walk. You probably can't really see it because of how the light is glaring. But the more tanned I got, the more I really start to like kind of fall in love with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
girl, you had an issue. This brown is nice on you. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, it really, oh, like my nose is like a whole different color. But like not only that, I didn't even want to really go outside most days with the kids to go play because I'm like, nope, it's too hot. I'm not going out there in that heat. It's too hot. We gotta wait. But me walking and me actually being active, that really helped me get out of that comfort zone. Girl, take your butt outside in the sun. Like that's what you used to do as a kid. Go out there, play with the kids, allow them to enjoy themselves. So the walking for me, being in the heat, it really helped me. Listening to all of the positive videos, the motivational videos,
Hmm.
it man, when I say it was nothing but amazing, and we're about to start again. Well, we've already been in pre-starting, but we're starting again definitely on tomorrow. When
but
I say everybody needs to do a transformation. You
but
don't
what
have to try to lose weight, but you need to do a transformation.
But what you just said though, it make you look at yourself. It make you, when you think about the Transformers in the movie, they always
Girl, you
transform
be
in.
having them stories, Mika. Girl,
Well,
you be
because
having.
it come to mind because as we actually talk, it comes to me. So think about the Transformers. They looked at like a car, and then
Mm-hmm.
when the power needed to come out of them, they transformed into these robots that were able to defend the world. But when they went back into their disguise, they were these simple cars that everybody knew about. That's how we are. We have a confidence level, a power that's in us, but until we have to show it, it shows out. And that's not what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to be ourselves daily. So I feel like the challenge made us really realize, who said you got to be closed into this box of just being what people want you to be? Because that's the biggest issue in, I feel like, in the world, is that, yeah, you did lose the weight, but sometimes we're not happy with who we are. And so when we're not happy with who we are, we show up like fake, and then we don't become who we need to be. So we have to get like them and go through the transformation to make us become who we're supposed to be. Like, literally, for me, my confidence level is like at a whole other level. And it's not an arrogant confidence level, but it's knowing that I am able to say and be what I want. Like, who can box you in to be, oh, Shamika needs to be this way, or she got to say this? No, I'm going to be whatever God want me to be.
So do you think, what do you think was the push? Like, for me, since I've wrote down things, I've stated, oh, I'm going to commit to this, I'm going to commit to that. What do you think was the piece that helped you to commit? What helped me to commit was actually having a accountability partner, Joy. Like, me and you, we sisters, so it's like if I kind of fall off track, we're kind of forgiving. But having Joy, and it's like, okay, I really don't know Joy, but she's a part of our team, and I don't want to let none of the members down. She's working out every day. Mika's working out every day. Even when I'm tired, I gotta push, because what if Joy don't feel like working out? And all of us on the same line, you know what I'm saying? Then that's easier for her to give up, easier for you to give up, just because this one day I felt off. So for me, sometimes you need a good accountability partner when you're going to transform or when you're going through anything, because that accountability partner, if you have a good one, can keep you on your toes. That's what pushed me. That's what's making me want to do the new challenge, because of having an accountability partner.
And so for me, which is, so at first, I guess once I do it for a week, it's in me. So for me, once I started, I was up every morning. Like, my body, it became a lifestyle change. So, like, this is me every day. And then if I don't get it, so for me, it became a time with God where there were no distractions. So that was the time where he would speak to me and deal with me and give me ideas and give me different messages to help me, but also help other people. So for me, it's like, okay, when I get up and walk, this is me and God time, where there's nobody, there's not my husband, there's not my kids. So for me, it's a workout, but it's really not. It's actually my time to spend with God, and I can't
A
miss it.
mental workout.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I miss it, then I'm gonna miss what God want me to know today. So I have to get up and get it going. So, and then now it's like, oh, I like, my body gets up 5:30 every morning. It ain't no hesitation. And this morning I was hurting, but I was like, nope. I need, like, this morning I needed time with God, because guess what? Remote learning and being a parent make you like, I need my me time. So for me, even though I'm walking and running and trying to get back in the house by time for them to get up for school, it's my time for me to decide what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna walk fast or if I'm gonna walk slow. If I'm gonna, like, nobody can take that from me. So I feel like when I exercise, I'm determined. I decide when I stop and what's gonna go. And I think that's something with transformation you have to be able to control. It's something you can control. Can't nobody tell me I can't work out. It's my choice. So that's what I feel like we limit. Well, oh, I'm too big, or I can't do that. But yes, you can, if you begin to change the way you think. So what I do, I get up and I put on music that's gonna make me go get hype. I put on Stormy's affirmations. I put on Kurt Franklin. I put on anything that's gonna get me hyped up. Mary, get up. Like, I find things to
And see,
change
for
my
me,
mindset.
I have to listen during this time for the growth portion. I listen to my little ratchet music en route. So me and my little
Exactly.
ratchet music en route there. After that, when I got there, when I got to the park or I got to the track, the main thing I had to listen to was audios. Any type of mental development audios, anything talking about speaking life over yourself, anything talking about working with your subconscious mind, anything talking about affirmations. That's what I had to walk to and listen to the whole time. There were a couple of times that we got to walk together when I say y'all, Mika is kind of short a little bit, but them legs are really, really fast. When I say the legs move, okay? But definitely me this time really allowed me to really get in tune with my subconscious mind, with my mental state for real, to really figure out my likes, my dislikes, and really, like you said earlier, kind of fall in love with yourself again. Because once I, because guess what? The pants can hide the belly, baby. The pants can hide your tummy, but to know that my pants are loose around my stomach, I can hold it in and it can almost look like it ain't even there. That did something for me.
And so, but guess what? So that's another thing. Like when you begin to see the outside, but I really feel like the outside don't come to the inside start changing. Because when the
Mm-hmm.
inside you gonna keep going, but then when you start seeing them pants get a little saggy or that shirt don't fit the same, or then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm getting to the next level. Joy, what's level up too? Because I just saw you in the comments. What like I be bumping level up. I don't know what that is, but what that
Is
is?
that Ciara? Oh, she talking
Oh,
about Ciara.
okay.
Joy,
I see. I don't
you
know.
don't know none but Mary and Kirk Franklin,
That's
and
all right. That's all right.
you don't
I'm
know
a
none but no Ciara. She
but I'm
she
not
don't
even
know.
dealing with you. Yes, Karen, results boost your motivation. She be trying to throw that slide on the little sliding on the slide. That's okay though. But yes, it does. Results do boost your motivation.
It
And I
does.
think it makes you realize that you can do it. And I think that's what everybody want to know. Everybody want to succeed at something. So if you can see it, you keep going. And so after a while, yes, the mind begin to change and the clothes begin to change. And you like, man, I beat my record by 20 minutes this week. And don't be saying I forgot Joy. Don't be feeding into Lekeye over there. But it began to change your mindset. But also for me, the whole thing I realized throughout the whole process, I do it for myself. Like literally, it the in the end, I forgot we was doing it for money. Like literally, the money was gone. Like
But guess
literally,
what? I never forgot that we were doing it for money.
I
It's just
did.
the money was not an important factor to
Yeah,
me anymore. I
I
didn't
was
care about
like,
the money.
I was like,
Like the way it was making me feel is what
mm-hmm,
mattered to me.
yeah,
The
exactly.
way that I felt the urge to want to get up and do it, the way
Mm-hmm,
I felt like I wanted to change me for me, that is what mattered the most. It didn't matter, okay, if I win the challenge, if I don't win the challenge. But knowing that I'm in a point where I can make myself be consistent, knowing that I never knew that maybe I needed more than one person, maybe a person that I wasn't too familiar with to hold myself accountable to a different standard or a different level. You know what I'm saying? Because after so long, it's like those first week or two, it's like, okay, I'm not just doing it for them to make sure that they stay on track. I'm really doing this for me. I really like the way I feel. I
mm-hmm.
really like what I'm starting to see. So
That's
that
true.
alone is what helped me. I never forgot about the money. It's just it wasn't important to me no more
Mm-hmm.
because what I was receiving from it was way more better than what the money was,
Mm-hmm.
what the
And
pot was.
but another good thing that I just thought about when you said that is that, and even Raquel just said it. I feel like for you to have a great transformation, you got to be consistent. You can't be one day in and one day out. And
Hmm.
you said this earlier too, Key, that you can't be inconsistent. And that's something that we as women or men, whoever on the call with us, is that a lot of times we're quick to put ourselves on the back burner for that family member or for this, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that. And then you forget your goals. So one thing I've learned through this transformation is always put your goals at the forefront of your mind. Yeah, there's some days you might have to adjust it, but you should hit your goal every day. So if it's only 30 minutes a day you get it in, if it's in the morning or it's right at midnight, you should still do it because there's something on the inside of you, like she said, when you continue to do it, become you're on the bike now, Joy, where you become a part of your routine, a part of your lifestyle. And again, you want a healthy lifestyle. So if you're continually doing it, it becomes a part of the routine and it's in you. And when you don't do your normal routine, something throws you off. So when I don't work out, which I have not missed a day, I know I have to figure it out because I need it because
She's an angry little bird, guys. She's an
oh
angry bird.
yeah, oh yeah, honey. If I don't get my time with Jesus in the morning with my walk, oh everything aggravates me the first 4 or 5 hours. And she's like, "Girl, just go pray." Did you pray? No, I ain't pray because I ain't walk. But guess what? Then God like, okay, well, only time you can pray is when you walking with me. No, you're right. So it don't matter. But you gotta realize that and be serious with yourself. Like,
And then, do you know what happened for me too? What like I really, really started to think about doing this time? Like, guess what, Lekeye? If you're not consistent, if you don't decide to get up, get active, what kind of diseases run in your family?
oh, don't even talk
What
about that.
different mental states run in your family?
Mm-hmm.
What are you showing your kids? How are you helping them push towards something if you're not being consistent?
That's
I look at
good.
it like diabetes run in my family, high blood pressure run in my family,
Mm-hmm. Same here.
um, people, a lot of settling run in my family. So it's like, when are you gonna get up, make the change, and stop talking about it? What is it gonna take for you to get up and lose some weight? Yeah, I'm not, and you know, a lot of times people confuse when you say that you want to lose weight, the first thing people say is, you're beautiful. I never said I was ugly.
Come on now.
I
Nope.
didn't say I had an issue with my looks, my facial looks, but nobody, I don't think we've ever been the type of friend, or we've never been hard enough on each other until now to say, hey, no, the way that you look is not healthy, girl. That size, that weight is not healthy for you in the long run. So I'm gonna be real transparent with y'all. Mika know about this. So we have two scales in my house. Okay? Two scales in my house.
She haven't healed about over this, so that's why she's telling y'all. She's still healing. So go ahead.
So one scale we have, it does what it's supposed to do. You step on it, it tells you your weight. That's all that scale does. My husband, he's a little bit more fancier. He invested in a different scale. So this scale tells you your age, your weight, how much muscle weight, how much body fat, how much water weight that you have. Okay? So for me, I am 37 years old. But do you know what the scale told me I was? Older, way older. The scale told me that I was 42. So that right there was another wake up call for me, because even though I go to the doctor regularly, I'm not sick, I'm not on any medications, none of that.
I think
But
so.
the
Yes,
weight that
though.
I'm carrying on myself for my height, for my age, I'm already cutting my lifespan out. My lifespan is being shortened because I haven't taken the time until now to get up and be consistent. And that scale really, it made me mad, y'all. It made me mad. I thought it was mine, but it
See,
really kind of put some realness in it. Like, okay, people are this age, but because you're not doing right by your body, because you're not doing right by your mind,
hmm
you shedding off your time and you don't even know it. That was like a
that's
real wake up
good.
call for
That's
me.
good right there.
Who
That's
wants to be
good.
5 years older? And the doctor telling me I'm good.
Yep.
The
That's
the the test result shows I'm good. But guess what? Right now that scale say I'm 5 years older. So guess what that means? For my family, they normally get diabetes in their 40s, their 50s. By the time I hit 40s, or by the time I hit my 50s, by the scale size, I'm already almost there. So when I finally hit that number, that's when I will get the
hmm
disease.
hmm
But we so settled. We so content. We don't have anybody pushing us. You know, telling us,
So
no,
guess
you gotta
what?
go up.
I don't. But you know what? I don't think it's even contentment or settle.
Yeah, I
I
send it to you, Kale.
I think it's just.
Ooh,
I think it's just we just if until so this is what I've learned. Until we get a diagnosis or something, or until we get a scare, we don't move and we don't change. So it's not
yeah.
settled and content. We just don't like we the generations we live in. We don't move until something happens. We don't want to be the change until Black Lives Matter. We don't want to do this. So it has to be, we're reactive instead of proactive. Where now it's time where we're in the mindset where, okay, let me be proactive. No, I'm not on any medication. No, but I know when I'm going to go outside and play with my child, I feel like I'm 50. So then guess what? So again, we reactive when something happens that sparks us. So
Mm-hmm.
3033 has taught us, and now in life, during this season, during the pandemic, I say it's really what opened your eyes up to the things that are important. Your health is important because if your health is not taken care of, you cannot walk into your purpose. You cannot be that parent that your children need, or that wife that your husband need, or that person on your job if you got health issues. Because guess what? You can't give your all. What we don't realize is if we're not okay mentally, we can never give a job the best that we want. I was listening to an audio today where it said when you got a task list where you got 50 things you're working on at one time, you are not being successful. Yeah, you just busy
Yeah.
doing nothing. You should focus on one thing at a time. But our mindset is that the more we do, the more successful we are. No, that's the mindset that we need to get out of, that we cannot continue to be
It
busy
does.
just to not deal with self, because again, at the end of the day, it starts with you. Yeah, 3033, it was good. We doing it. But also, I done been in two other challenges with TLC since I've been a part of TLC. And I did it, but it was a difference now. But it's because I was ready to be open and look at self. We always look at everybody else and say, well, they did this and they shouldn't have done that. But at the end of the day, it got to be personal. At the end of the day, you ain't got to go on a lose weight because I don't want to lose weight because Kiki and Joy was doing it. It was something for me. I was a part of the team, but for me, it's personal. So until you make life personal and not worry about pleasing people or doing what people want you to do the transformation gonna just be a victory that you done. But when you transform, you don't go back to where you were. You are continuing to grow. So transformation means I have transformed and I'm not the old person I used to be. I have came out of who I used to be and gone another route. So there should be a difference. And yeah, your way should be different, but the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you respond should be different. And I feel like this time and this challenge made us become what we need to be. And no, we're not where we need to be. We got more to do, but we're
Mm-hmm.
now willing to deal with, oh, when I'm mad and I want to say something,
We're
but I
willing to
gotta
be
watch
more
it.
honest and transparent and doing it in a loving way, not just, oh, I'm finna tell you the truth. I'm about to
Yeah,
give you the
no,
business.
yeah,
It's more,
exactly.
no,
You
did
no,
you think
you
about this route? Or no,
mm-hmm.
try that route.
Yeah.
When definitely when you hear the person, like sometimes my friend, she got to have her
Snapping.
hands in every single thing. So sometimes I just have to have that conversation with her, like,
I'm very
calm
organized. I
down,
want everything a certain way. So, but
take
I've
your hands out.
learned that I can't control everything. I want it nice, but if it ain't just what the way I want it to be, but see, that's the education and education. So I understand that. But in this time, I'm able to when she say you can't do that, I'm like, you know what, you're right. Because a while
Hmm.
back, I've been like, I ain't, I heard you, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. But again, I've learned in this season that you cannot control everything, and everything's not going to be perfect. Because how what am I teaching my children if I do everything for them? They not gonna learn nothing because that's what I'm learning myself is that you can't expect everything to be perfect. Life ain't perfect. Our person perfect is Jesus. So we can strive to do our best, but we also got to realize that some days it ain't gonna be perfect. Some days you may only walk for 10 minutes, but at least you got something in. Don't beat yourself up so bad to where you miss the whole process that he wants you to go through. Like the butterfly and the caterpillar. Look at all the things that they go through to get to where they are. I know, no, I'm sorry, me and my stories,
Girl,
but
no, no, I love your stories though. I love it. I
but
just
for
you be
real,
cracking me up because you be having scenario.
they just come as we talk. But again, we
But
all
I
got to
love that.
we all got to go through a process, but you got to be okay with the process. And yeah, there are many butterflies in the world, and when they come out of their process, they all are different. We
Mhm.
all have went through a transformation. Joy went through it with us. Kiki went through it. I went through it. But we all came out with different results. But
Hey, sister.
we was on the same road. So at the end of the day, as long as you stay on the course that's meant for you, how you look may be different from me, but we all should see something different.
And you know
Something
what?
should change.
I'm happy my sister is on here because what do I tell outside of our team challenge that we have. I talk about my sisters all the time. And what I always tell Mika is my goal is to stay consistent, stay committed, because I'm the older sister. Well, I have one older sister, but I'm the older sister.
She thinks she don't
And
know about it.
and the more I stay committed and the more I push, the more I'm gonna help my sisters do the same. I always say it like, you have to have a reason why. You have to have a goal, but the why has to be bigger than you. Like, yeah, I want to get healthy. Yeah, I want to be fine because I got in my mind I'm wearing this tennis skirt on my birthday next
Oh,
year.
Lord, here
So,
she
yes, but outside of that, what is my other whys? It's my family. My family is another why. It's my kids. It's my siblings. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the change to help them continue to be the change or whatever they're working on. Yeah, I'm getting that tennis skirt, y'all. Next
yes,
year for my birthday, I'm
that's
rocking the tennis
that's
skirt.
but it ain't no tennis skirt. It's a nice little size tennis skirt because we had to talk about that too. You know, I had to pull out there like, wait a minute now, we ain't going to coolest tennis skirt.
I don't know.
Like
I might have some balls on the back of my socks.
Brian ain't gonna let her have that, y'all. Don't listen to that. And yes, she is trying to. She had everybody in every challenge. She thinks she everybody mama. But I can understand that because again, we all do need the extra push, and she don't. She just tell it like it is, and literally she tell her husband, she tell all of us, she even tell her mama. Like she just gonna be real with you. But guess what? We all need that. We need tough love. But at the end of the day, it is about, like you said, making sure that we all are encouraging each other. Because guess what? And we always say this: every transformation that you go through, it is for somebody else. It's not just for you. Somebody else needs to see that you can do it. Because let's think like, if she did it, I can do it. And guess what? That ain't no shade. That as when you transform, like, oh man, I'm helping somebody else, I'm leading somebody else. It ain't, oh, why we gotta compete. It ain't no competition. Like if one of us succeed, we all succeed. If one of us feel something different, we all feel something different. And that's the mentality when you go through transformation. The way you look at people and think about people, your mind begins to change. But you got to want to change. And yeah, we all want to be looking good, but then you can look good and have the worst attitude, and guess what? You're gonna be ugly. Because I know some people that's in shape, but man, they attitude be like, okay, I can't even watch you. I can't even
It
deal
has
with
to
you.
be it has to be some type of mental development, because not everybody have to lose weight. And sometimes when we were talking about transformation, we're not just talking about just like weight loss. We're talking about mental transformations. Like, how are you growing your mind? What are you doing to develop yourself? Like, are you
Mm-hmm.
stuck in your ways? Are you thinking that your way is the best way, your way is the only way? Like, what are you doing to get out of whatever rut you've been in? Who are you trying to get for help? Who are you seeking for help? You know what I'm saying? Or do you just talk quietly to yourself thinking you got all the answers? Like, how are you going to transform mentally if you're not prepared to open up to God or to nobody else? You know,
That's good.
so everybody's transformation is not about weight loss, because everybody, yeah, you still need to be active. You don't have to try to lose weight, but you still need to be active because your body just needs that. But you have to do a mental transformation before you could do anything. Because if your mental gone, you're not gonna stick through nothing no way.
The
It's
scripture said,
gonna collapse. It's not gonna work.
that's good. They said a double-minded man is unstable in all their ways. So everything you do, it ain't gonna work because you in and out. And so you, at some point in your life, you got to sit down and choose which way you're gonna go. You got to sit down and realize, okay, why I'm doing this for me. Because at the end of the day, your mindset is the garden that plant the seed. And once the seed is in your mind, either you gonna grow from it or you gonna die. So in your mind, you either gonna begin to allow things to grow like those beautiful flowers, or you're going to allow weeds and that's negative thoughts to take over your mind and kill your brain. And then that's when depression and cancer and stress, like there's so many medical conditions that come because of the negativity and stress. Cancer, leading cause of cancer is stress. Leading cause of diabetes is stress. Leading cause of a lot of things in life is stress. And what is the stress start? In our minds. So if you're not finding something positive to look at, finding things to speak of yourself, positive. I would say if you're going to start a transformation, start with working on what's in your mind every day. They say in a second you think of a 30,000 things in your head a minute. Can you imagine if all you thinking is negative things in your mind all day long? Oh, I look horrible in this
Or the
shirt.
people
Oh,
that you're around doing the same.
exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Joy. Exactly. So, and then after a while, what you think in your mind becomes your environment. Your house is a mess. The people around you are a mess. Everybody triggering you, ticking you off. That's because you have allowed the mental capacity of your mind to be overwhelmed with things that it shouldn't have. So you have to detox your mind, which means,
Yes.
okay, no Facebook for a while, no Instagram, because if you get on there, all you're doing is mad because you see everybody else post. Take a
Or
break.
guess what? How about this though? You have to know what to use social media for.
Yep,
Because
and you always say
sometimes
that.
I'm not gonna say social media is always a bad thing. Like some
No,
people
it's
do need
not.
breaks from it.
Mhm.
But you have a choice of the people that's your friends on there.
Mhm.
So if you're choosing to keep particular people as your friend on there and only thing they feed is mess, hey Morgan, only thing they feed is mess, then that's just what you into. If you're tired of the mess, then you know how to unfriend that person. Because it's a lot of positive people, it's a lot of positive things that you can get from social media. Everything is not negative. It's what you choose to feed yourself with. So yeah, some people do need a break because that's just their entertainment, that's their go-to, that's what they need. But if you know, sometimes that's your way of business. Sometimes social media is how
Mhm.
you're getting your brand out there. So you got to know how to separate the two. If this person is all about drama, unfriend them. You don't have to follow them. They
But
don't have to
guess
be in your
what?
page.
So that's a good point too, though, what you just said. But think about this too. Sometimes in certain seasons in your life, you may need to take a moment to deal with self because again, as you go through your transformation, those hidden things that envy, that jealousy, that strife that you might have covered up may surface. So then you got to deal with that. And sometimes you can hear that one person being ratchet and be like, yeah, and like you got to be careful what sparks you. So that's a good thing. If you know you sad and going through some stuff and you know you got some ratchet friends that's gonna get you to want to do wrong, then you need to mute them for a couple of days and scroll past they stuff. So when if you know you feeling some kind of way, if I know I'm sad, I'm not gonna
Stop.
go listen to no blues that's gonna make you feel even sadder. You gonna do the opposite. So if it's not building you up, take a moment from it and find something to build you up. So begin to think about what you need because at the end of the day, you only know what you need and you only know what can help you. You got to be able to have that hard conversation with yourself about what you got to do. If you need to lose the weight, okay, to have that talk with yourself. If you know that when you get home you're stressed and depressed, then you got to figure out what's causing it. You got to begin to make it personal for yourself. Like, what is it that I want to do, and where is it that I want to go, and how am I going to get there? And if you don't know the steps, if you having mental concern
Y'all
and
about to go to bed.
different things going on, you may need to see a professional counselor.
Go on
You
now.
may
Sleep.
need to go to your pastor and have a session. Like if it's the way you begin to think about certain things, go get help. We're seeing in this time people are killing themselves or dying because of mental concerns. So don't sit back and die by yourself. Don't sit back and sit. Nobody is an island. There is support out there for you. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Good.
Good.
All right. Say bye, Titi Mika.
Bye, Teacher Mika.
By my Bailey way. But again, so you really got to make sure that you figure out what you need. Because at the end of the day, even though Kiki, and Joy was doing a lot together, we all needed something different during this transformation. We all had certain things that we were working on that we needed. We Everybody gonna come up with something different, but you got to figure out which way you want to go. And when you figure out what you want to do, then you'll build. But
Say
don't
hi,
do
baby.
because everybody else doing it. Don't be in the in crowd and everything. Yeah, it was a whole lot of people doing 30-33, but again, it was something personal. It wasn't just a stigma. It was something that actually helped change my life, helped change who I am. And because of that, I'm not going back to the old person. So
She
if
can't hear
it's
me.
if it's building you, then
Girl, that was Bailey. She said hi,
you got
Titi first.
you got to keep building. So exactly like Joy said, know your why. Why are you in everything that you do? There has to be a why you doing it. And if it's saying because they
But it has
doing
to
it,
be bigger than you too. Your why has to be bigger than you.
and guess what? It can't be because nobody else either. Well, they doing it, so I figure if they can do it, I can do it. No, because guess what? That
But
might not
like,
be your calling.
but
That might
not
not be your
only that, like
purpose.
I said on my post the other whatever day that was, like I'm not in competition with nobody but me. I don't care. Now, what some people may do may motivate me, may push me, but I'm not in competition with them.
And
Because
but that's good though.
Kale got super skinny, super petite, and now she getting her thickness on with her weight. So guess what? Raquel is
Oh, that's
motivation.
good. It
She
does
be there.
kill.
So you can learn from people. I'm not in competition with you, but I like what you're doing. What you're doing is pushing me to say, oh man, I remember when she was like XYZ. So I know I can get up and do it. But I'm not right. I'm not comparing myself to
Is
nobody because
oh
guess what? At the end
wait.
of the day,
It ain't so you gonna say Raquel motivates me to keep going. Motivation. So
but I was about to say that
oh,
now you made me forget what I was about to say, Mika.
I'm
I was
sorry.
I was going, you know, my mind be jumping, girl. Um, dang it.
Dang it.
Go on and talk. Go on and talk. What was I
You
about to say?
you made motivation come though because like you just said, seeing where Raquel came from and what she did, it pushes you. So I was like, that's motivation. Like we don't realize people can motivate us, and that's a good thing. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Now you forgot your thought.
yeah, I did, but you know, it's cool. I did forget because I forgot where I was going with that. Because y'all know sometimes when I talk, I get to rambling, and then I be like, okay, now what was the reason why I was saying that?
You
I'll
saw
come back to it.
okay, so you saw Raquel post, and Raquel pushed you to keep going. You said because she was skinny, and now she getting toned up. She getting thick, and then I cut you
That
off.
ain't gonna make me remember. I remember those words. But
But but
I can't remember what I was going to say, but sometimes when you're following people and you're paying attention to their transformation, it does push you to go. Not that you're comparing yourself with them because, oh, that's what I was going to say. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what a person went through to get to where they're at.
oh,
Because
that's
some
good.
people, like, we may look at some stars or some people, guess what? They probably even had surgery. Some people are real about their surgery, some people are not. Some people are in very stressful situations that cause them to lose weight or do whatever. So here it is. We, in our mind, don't know what the person went through, but we're looking at them like, I want to be like that. No, you have to look at the
Mm-hmm.
person and admire what they look like and be motivated by what they look like to go. But don't compare yourself or be judgmental or just think that, okay, they did it, so I can do it. You don't know what process they went through. So if your
Oh,
process
that's
don't
good.
happen as fast as their process, that don't mean stop. Yeah, everybody gonna have some off days. Yeah, I had a bag of chips. You know, I have my off days. But guess what? You don't stay there. When you have an off day, you pull it back together and you get back to your goals.
Oh,
Don't allow
okay.
that one off day to right or their story. Right, you don't know their story because some people they do different things. So when you start comparing yourself to other people, that's why I would say me being in competition, I ain't in competition with nobody but me. Nobody but me. And I'm my worst competition because I always got something to say. So I ain't in competition with nobody. You know what I'm
Okay, so
saying?
wait. So I gotta say this part because I'm forget it. I ain't gonna forget it, but for the time, but that's good because guess what? They always say the grass always look green on the other side, but you don't know how much they paying to keep that grass looking green, and you don't know if that grass is real. So again, before you go mow somebody else's line and want to figure out what treatments they did, you gotta ask them how they got there because that's the thing though. Everybody got a story, but guess what? When you watch a movie there's always a plot. There's always something hidden. That's how
Mhm.
people's lives are. If they want you to know all their business, they're gonna tell you. But you can't always trust the story because guess what?
You
There's
sure right,
always
Angie. That's the good one. Rome wasn't built in one day. Right.
see exactly. But guess
That's
what?
why.
We didn't get big in one day either. Come on now. We did.
Let's not even talk about. We're not even using those kind of terms anymore. I don't know what big even means.
I mean, you know what I mean. You didn't get the size you were. And one
Right,
day,
and you don't know if the grass is real, right? Because they got some old fake grass and all that kind of
girl,
stuff that they be watering.
you could find, you don't know what nothing real these days. Everything you could think somebody, no, like we live in a fake
But
society.
but
But
I
guess
definitely
what?
say the key is to, if you find someone inspiring, or you're liking what they're doing, you can either reach out to the person or just look at them and be motivated to know that, okay, they had the energy, they made themselves get up, they made themselves do whatever. Even if somebody posting a workout video, you know it's real because they're posting it. So guess what? They took the time. They felt that their life, their whatever was valuable enough to let me set up my camera, my ring light, or just my camera. I gotta play music. I gotta do this rotation, do that rotation. So sometimes we just gotta get back in the habit and know that we're valuable. We deserve whatever it
Oh,
is
that's so good.
we want to give ourselves.
But
Don't wait for somebody else to tell you. Don't wait for somebody else to give you the push. But you have to be in a spot where you don't like what you see, what you don't like what you feel, what you're thinking about all the time, to want to do the change. Well, y'all should see, girl, sis, it was meant for you to hop on her. It was meant for you to get on her.
so guess what? You just dang on it. You just said something and it was so good. I was gonna say, what was the last thing you just said? Dang on it. It was so
About the
good.
change, about motivating, about getting up. You have to value yourself.
Oh, thank you. There you go. So the point of the matter is, but you can't value yourself and know your worth until you deal with your mindset and the inner part of you. Because if you keep saying, "Oh, I'm ugly, I'm fat," those things are already rooted in your heart and mind. That when somebody come by to try to talk to you or encourage you, you don't see the beauty in yourself. So before you can see the beauty of somebody else's and see the true beauty of somebody else's, you got to deal with the things that are inside of you.
Okay.
So if anything else, because I know it's almost time to get off, that if I would say is that know your worth and begin to love yourself again. Until you can love yourself, you won't love nobody else. You won't see who you truly are. So you got to begin to take that personal development time, at least 30 minutes a day, just to deal with self. And it ain't for you to just broadcast to the world, because literally I didn't post any of the personal development that I did, but there were some days I just journal and cry because I had to realize there was a lot of things in me that I didn't deal with from when I was a kid. But so you got to take that time, because when you deal with that roughness, the beauty that come out of it in the end, and the confidence and knowing who you are, and yeah, you may be a little thick, but guess what? You, as long as you're thick and healthy, or you becoming or changing what you don't see, that you can walk into being who you are. Because again, the transformation is that you change and you be consistent with the change and you don't go back. It ain't no 30-day fix and then I'm going back to my old ways. You're transforming into something different and not going back to the old.
And so my closing comments for the day would be, our title was Transformation, Mental and Physical. At the end of the day, everything starts to me with your mental. And it took
Mm-hmm.
me until I'm 37 years of age to understand that, to really dig deep into that. Once you're ready, as Angie said, when a person is ready to be consistent, that means they have a made up mind. But you have to be in love with yourself. You got to fall in love with yourself. Can't nobody do it for you. Can't nobody push you. Somebody can tell you that you're beautiful 1,000 times, but you have to be happy with the inner you. You have to get up and do the work. You have to know, like, a lot of time life takes over, but you have to get back to the root of learning you again, learning your likes, your dislikes, your wants, what it is I want to do. Don't allow certain situations that came up to stop you from where you want to go to. You can still push yourself. I know, right? Not by that scale line, but yeah, right. But definitely take the time to do some self-development. Take some time to be alone with yourself. And if you need to lose weight, find the time to make it happen. Health is wealth. And I'm learning that the older that I get, I don't want to be burdened with disease when I get older. I want to be able, I took them kids to the track with me yesterday and they got to running. Now, what kind of parent am I to be out there with other people walking and not running with the kids? So they was trying to show out. So I had to make myself run, you know what I'm saying? And I was so tired, but I kept pushing. So when anything hits you in life, Don't allow it to take you over. Definitely find if you need to seek a therapist, if you need to talk to somebody. My computer went out on me. Definitely do that, but
Mm-hmm.
know that you're worth it. Put in the time for you. And once you become better, you can help anybody else.
That's
Yeah, them
good.
babies had me running.
That's
They
good.
played me like a bald head. But
If the
that
if the scale tell you you're younger, honey, that means you're doing good. So keep whatever you're doing, keep doing
okay, that's what Brian got. He's a youngster. I'm robbing the cradle. I'm robbing the cradle right now.
it. But he
But yeah.
healthy too. Look, he
So
be
any closing remarks for you, or did you want that to
no,
be your closing
no.
remark?
That's it. I think the whole thing is that you got to know your worth. You got to know what and then you got to realize I'm worth the walk. I'm worth the not eating this. And when you look at the food, it's okay. Is this gonna help me get to where I want to go? And if you say no, don't have it. Now, every now and then, give yourself a treat day, but then don't make the treat day every day. Because then again, so just don't punish yourself and don't make it so tough to where it's a chore, because we don't like to do chores. I know I don't like to do chores,
Neither.
but when you begin to enjoy it, then you know what it's what you do. So don't look at it like, oh, I got to do this. No, look at it like, man, I'm gonna be the size I was when I was in high school. Yeah, so that's what you got to begin to
Junior
do.
high.
Well, I'm just saying as an example. I don't want to make nobody feel like they old, but begin. So like, set a goal, and when you set that goal, I know, yeah, Terica, that's my hardest one, baby. I love potato chips. Literally love potato chips. But I'm doing better. Thank the Lord for 30-33. Because I have really made myself like, if I eat that chip, that means I'm gonna have to go walk another 6 miles just to get those calories back off. But I can't do it. So again, you choose and you build. But don't, and if you mess up, because I mess up too. And I just get on back up. But again, we are human. We all make mistakes. We all have things going on. Just keep going. Fall down, get back up. Keep going. But because if you stay still, you're gonna stay stagnant and you're gonna die in your same situation. And then when I mean die, I mean you're gonna really begin to see yourself age and begin to see yourself sad. And you can't find joy in nothing around you when you got so many things to be thankful and grateful for. So don't get stuck in a way of, oh, woe is me. You know how to, okay, this is my last one for the, Eeyore off of Winnie the Pooh. He was always depressed. I'm like, why did they put that donkey in the cartoons? And why our parents let us watch that? He was the one that was always sad. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. You don't want to live that way. And all your friends like looking at you like, what's wrong with you? And you don't know. So guess what? Don't be like Eeyore. Be like Pooh or Tiglet. If you love your honey, get to going. If you happy, or if you like Tigger, you just jump everywhere, because you just find what makes you happy and build. Don't get stuck. Okay,
All
that's
right.
it.
So thank you guys for chatting with
Thank
us
you
again on
guys.
this Tag Team Thursday. We greatly appreciate you guys spending the time with us. Definitely conversing with us back and forth has definitely been a joy. And until next Thursday, you guys have an amazing night. If you got a homeschool, Lord be with you guys. Amen. But yeah, have an
Amen.
amazing night, you guys.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.